Biotechnology is the application of biology to the creation of novel organisms, processes, and products with the goal of enhancing society and human health. Since the domestication of animals and plants as well as the discovery of fermentation, biotechnology, also known as biotech, has existed since the beginning. How is the biotechnology industry doing in China? That's what we are about to discuss in today's video. Tune in to know very interesting facts we are about to tell you in the video ahead. Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Before getting into the video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Now, without any further delay, let's get straight into it. Products like bread and vaccines were developed as a result of early biotech applications. However, methods for manipulating living organisms, genetic structures, and biomolecular processes have significantly advanced over the past century. The modern practice of biotechnology draws on a variety of scientific and technological fields. The following areas have seen innovations and breakthroughs as a result of this strategy: medicines and treatments for both disease prevention and treatment, diagnostic procedures, sustainable biofuels that cut down on waste and pollution, genetically modified organisms, GMOs, which result in farming that is both more productive and less expensive. Genetic engineering, also known as recombinant DNA technology, is the most common method by which modern biotechnology applications function. By altering or interacting with the structures of genetic cells, genetic engineering works. Scientists can alter or interact with genes to alter an organism's characteristics or create a brand new organism. Crops with increased drought resistance or higher yields may be beneficial to humans thanks to these altered and novel organisms. Animal cloning and genetic modification, two controversial developments, are also made possible by genetic engineering. Particularly, China has prioritized the expansion of the biotechnology sector as one of its top national goals. It is an important market for biotech products and plays a crucial role in the development and manufacturing of biotech products because it has more than 1/5 of the world's population. The Chinese government is making every effort to put businesses and innovation on the map because it is aware of the nation's enormous potential for sustained growth and global leadership in the sector. Companies working on biosimilars, or follow-on biologics, are expected to receive the region's first set of regulatory standards. In an effort to expedite drug registration, the nation is bringing its pharmaceutical regulations closer to international standards. The biotechnology industry in China has a relatively short but rapidly growing history. In the 1980s, the Chinese government started to invest in the pharmaceutical industry and established several state-owned pharmaceutical companies. In the 1990s and 2000s, the government further supported the development of the biotechnology industry by promoting technological innovation, providing financial incentives, and encouraging foreign investment. In recent years, the biotechnology industry in China has experienced rapid growth and has become a significant player in the global market, particularly in the areas of generic drugs, vaccines, and traditional Chinese medicine. The industry has also attracted numerous multinational corporations and venture capital firms, which have invested in research and development and the commercialization of new products. Despite its growth, the biotechnology industry in China faces challenges, including a lack of intellectual property protection, limited access to capital, and a shortage of trained personnel. However, the government is actively working to address these challenges and further develop the industry, making China a key player in the biotechnology field for the future. The development of biotechnology in China has brought about a revolution in many aspects of the country. Some of the key ways that biotechnology has transformed China are: improved healthcare. The biotechnology industry in China has led to the development of new and innovative medicines and treatments, improving the health and well-being of millions of people. This has had a positive impact on the country's public health system and helped to reduce the burden of diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and infectious diseases. Economic growth. The growth of the biotechnology industry in China has had a significant impact on the country's economy, creating jobs and driving economic growth. The industry is a major contributor to the country's gross domestic product, GDP, and is a key driver of innovation and technological advancement. Increased global competitiveness. China's biotechnology industry is becoming increasingly competitive on a global scale, with the country now a major producer of generic drugs, vaccines, and traditional Chinese medicine. This has helped to enhance China's reputation as a leading player in the biotechnology field and has increased the country's influence in global health and scientific affairs. Access to affordable medicines. The biotechnology industry in China has helped to increase access to affordable medicines, particularly in developing countries, where access to expensive drugs can be limited. This has had a positive impact on global public health, helping to improve health outcomes and reduce healthcare costs. Biopharma, also known as biopharmaceuticals, are medical products made with biotechnology. Typical biopharma products include vaccines, gene therapy, pharmaceuticals made from living organisms, and so on. China's biopharma industry, an important subsector of biotech, is getting a lot of attention at home and abroad, especially since Chinese companies developed multiple COVID-19 vaccines that are now widely available. Chinese biopharma companies' market capitalization increased from $1 billion in 2016 to over $200 billion in 2020. China's healthcare market is expected to grow from approximately $900 billion (6.47 trillion renminbi) in 2019 to $2.3 trillion (16.53 trillion renminbi) in 2030, making it the second largest market in the world after the United States. China's complete use of medical services as a part of its gross domestic product expanded to 5.35% in 2019 from 4.23% in 2010. For the biopharmaceutical sector in particular, the market size is likely to increase by 135% in just 5 years, rising from 345.7 billion renminbi $47.60 billion in 2020 to 811.6 billion renminbi $111.76 billion in 2025. In a similar vein, Chinese biopharma companies' market capitalization increased from $1 billion in 2016 to over $200 billion in 2020. In comparison to the previous decade, 141 brand new pharmaceutical and biotech companies were established in China between 2010 and 2020. 5 years ago, the majority of new chemical or biopharmaceutical drugs in China came from overseas. After the global patents on these medicines expired, Chinese drug manufacturers instead focused on producing generic medications. Generic medicines, for instance, held a 95% market share in 2016. However, Chinese companies have been moving up the value chain over the past 5 to 10 years. Prior to 2010, the majority of China's top 20 healthcare companies produced generic drugs. However, between 2010 and 2020, more biological drug companies entered the top 20. 5 rounds of price negotiations for new drugs on the National Reimbursement Drug List, NRDL, have taken place since 2018. Patients seeking reimbursement from the National Basic Medical Insurance Program have been aiming to lower the cost of this. As a result, generic drug manufacturers in the country have been forced to come up with new ideas to make up for this reduction in margins. Large Chinese pharmaceutical companies are increasing their R&D expenditures and focusing on novel fields like oncology drugs. China's biotech companies are also emerging at the same time, but they have a shorter history. In 2018, the National Healthcare Security Administration, NHSA, was established and is in charge of all of the country's basic health insurance programs. The NHSA has added more non-generic drugs to the list of those that qualify for patient reimbursement since their launch, specifically anti-cancer PD-1 drugs, which are a key focus area for biotech players. The National Medical Products Administration, NMPA, a bureau set up for the approval process of new drugs, was also rebranded in 2018 and has since been employing a drug approval system that is clearer and more efficient based on global standards. While it took much longer to get new, the healthcare industry is expected to shift its focus from generic drug development to innovative drug development as a result of this transformation. In conclusion, the development of biotechnology in China has brought about a revolution in many aspects of the country, including healthcare, the economy, competitiveness, and access to medicines. The biotechnology industry is poised for continued growth and development in the coming years, and its impact on China and the world will likely be far-reaching and transformative. What do you think about China's role in the global biotechnology industry? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. That's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. New video is coming up very soon.